Okay, Barrister, what do you think about the story, especially about the part where the victim was asked to come out so that investigations can be carried out properly? You should come out and speak up and say exactly what happened. Do you even see him coming out at all?
Yes, it is very important that the victim makes himself available to the investigative panel. That will enable the the panel get more facts to deal on the matter, and it is very disturbing the way some men of the police force behaves. They apply brute force on the road. Uh, they don't uh, they don't allow the people to breathe. It's so annoying. All over the police checkpoints, you see them molesting Nigerians. It's very uncalled for, and I think the police authority really need to look inwards and rejig the system, because the law allows them, the Police Act allows men and women of the police force to maintain law and order. But in doing that, they should also know that Nigerians are within their rights. If anyone commits an offense, there are processes of bringing the person to justice, not by assaulting, brutalizing, and inflicting bodily harm on
Why do you
Nigerians.
think we usually have cases like that? Reports like this are not new to Nigerians. We've had it over and over again. In fact, people are sometimes scared when they see police checkpoints, when they are approaching a police checkpoint. I was in a vehicle the other day, and as we were approaching a police checkpoint, the man just rather entered a fuel station and parked there. I don't know what his reasons are. He might have ulterior motives too. But there's this fear when we talk about the police and the people, especially when it has to do with men or guys, young boys. Let me put it that way, young boys. So why do you think we have cases of policemen assaulting, like you said, citizens?
Yes, thank you very much, Annie. I have to speak with experience. The truth is, in my opinion, I think some of the officers we have on our various checkpoints are not very in tune with what the law says about policing. Some things, because they are wearing the black, the black police uniform, and holding a gun purchased by our taxpayers' money. They just use the authority given to them to brutalize innocent Nigerians. And believe me, there are lots of extortion going on the road. Lots
That's
of
another thing.
extortion. More especially when they see young men driving flashy cars. And I don't know where, I can't find anywhere in the law where the law says youths or younger generation shouldn't drive flashy cars. They use it as an opportunity to molest people on the road, brutalize them, forcefully go into their phones and gadgets. It's very common. It's nothing new in our system. It's very common, and I think in advocating, we will ask the police authority to look inwards, reorientate their men, because they are causing human rights violations every day in the country. And because of the fear, the people are already scared. You find some of the checkpoints in lonely locations. Men with gun, you can't speak up. At that point, they can do anything. So the authorities need to look inwards. Government also have a responsibility to speak to the police authority, because the idea of governance is about the people. If the law is being used against the people that ordinarily the police should protect, then it becomes dangerous. So
All right, they should reorientate them.
they should reorientate, retrain.
I've had people say that several times. Oh, do these people really know they should be reorientated?
Of course,
And
and
they're
they
trained.
should they should be
But they
retrained.
have a training scheme. they have provisions for training. These people are not just selected from anywhere and asked, or that's what we're told. There are procedures to these things. There's a process in which this happens. So if there's already a training scheme on ground, there are provisions for training already, and yet we are having this, do you think that's where we should be looking at?
Yes, you see, training is important, okay, to indoctrinate them into the police formation. But at some point, there should also be further orientation, reorientation, and possibly retraining to boost their capacity in performing. Because, you see, the brute force in which they discharge their functions, it's very disappointing. I had experience in Ghana wherein I was on a taxi, heading to Ghana Commercial Estate, and same taxi were having two kids at the back. Their mom went to pick them from school, apparently. When the taxi got to a checkpoint, honestly, it was my first day in Ghana. I saw the way the police officers were playing with the kids. Even the kids were happy to see them. Mommy, mommy, police. They were happy to see the kids. And the policeman held one of them and said, "Hey, boy, how are you?"
Yeah.
The young man said, "I'm fine." He asked the young man, "Where are you headed? Who is this to you?" The little child said, "My mommy." That is a way of extracting information.
Okay.
But ordinarily, what our men do here is different. Totally different. You drive down to the checkpoint instead of aligning with your fellow citizen on a civilized way. You see some of them, they will at time cock gun. If you move, my friend, shift, come on back.
Do you feel it's because of the insecurity, the state of insecurity in the country presently?
I wouldn't
and
like
that's why
it.
Maybe they are,
I disagree. I disagree that it has everything to do with insecurity in the country. It has become a norm. It has become a norm which need to be discouraged before the monster grows more than supposed.
Okay, so since you're a lawyer, let me quickly ask you this question. Since we're talking about the police interacting with the citizens, especially by the roadside, and you also made reference to them stopping these young guys and then forcefully
going into their phones.
Yes, checking their phones. For you to have said that, it simply means that, excuse me, it simply means that it is wrong, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
wrong.
so how do you expect the police to carry out these investigations by the roadside? They have caught, let's balance it now. On several occasions, they have probably caught one or two people who were on the wrong, but probably people kidnapping other people, right? And then they stopped the vehicle, and just from normal conversation, they found out that someone was being kidnapped. So this, over time, has brought out some cases that would have been hidden and crime that would have been committed covered. So how do you expect them to, what does the law say? How should they actually carry out this search on the road?
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying even the IG have warned the men on the road not to harass or go into the phones and gadgets of Nigerians.
So it's against the law when they do that? It is
against the law when, in fact, it is a breach of rights.
To go through
right
their
to privacy.
Okay.
That's a breach of right to privacy. You don't just, if the law says, if a police officer suspects you of a crime, the law allows him to bring you in for questioning. Okay? The law never said go into their phones, start harassing them. No. That's why they are on the roads. The essence is to make sure that our roads, our various highways are safe for everyone to use. But that doesn't mean that you suspect anyone of a crime, you start brutalizing, you forcefully go into their phones, you beat them up at some point. No, that is totally
You keep
unlawful.
saying forcefully, like
It's
like
just
if
a
the
norm.
citizens, you have to like talk to them
It
and
is-
allow them agree for you to go through their phones. Would
it-
that
it-
make it lawful when it's not
No.
forceful?
See, you in the first place, you don't have the right to go into their phones unless on a very rare situation where, you can get a court order to do that. If it is not court ordered, or if it is matter bordering on national security, then you will go such extent of maybe sweet-tonguing them into giving you access. But anything other than that, you forcefully going into their phone is abuse of rights.
Okay, so what about searching the vehicles and all of that?
Of course, the police have the right to search, stop and search.
Okay.
The law gives them the power to stop a vehicle. That also borders on, they suspecting anyone of crime. You notice most times when you get to a police checkpoint, they may just look at you coming, maybe with your countenance and the way you are positioned. They will just assume this is a responsible citizen. And you see them at the various checkpoint, let go some vehicles.
And stop others.
Yes, but on suspecting an oncoming vehicle, the law gives them the right to stop, ask for license when necessary, ask for the papers of the car. Possibly, if they are not convinced, the law allows them the opportunity to look at the contents you have on your car. But they don't have rights to go into your privacy, like I said, like maybe your documents.
Your documents?
Yes, of course. They don't have the right to flip through your documents.
But they do, don't
But
they do that?
that's what I'm saying is wrong. But the police have the right to, if they, oh, sir, please, park properly. May we search you? Of course, they have the right to stop and search. If the police suspect that maybe you may be carrying a harmful substance or a weapon, why not? The law allows them to search you, even your bag. But if you are a female, if the suspect is a female, if the law says a female police officer will search you,
you know, a lot of Nigerians
even bodily search,
okay,
a female police officer should do that. But if you're a male, the male police officers does that. But flipping through your documents, looking at what? No. That is abuse. No. They can't look. Of course, the law allows them.
Okay.
Driving.
Because you said documents, and you have to differentiate.
No. Yes. Let me lay proper foundation.
Okay.
Documents, I mean, is most people carry about their private documents that has to do with job-related documents and maybe business-related documents. Okay, they don't have rights to flip through your files, your documents, and all that. But they can check your bag if you are holding a harmful substance, or if you are carrying a weapon, or you are suspected of any kind of crime. The police can look into your bag. Okay, but not to the extent of searching your phones. I repeat it again. Nigerians out there should hear me clearly that Nigerian police does not have the right to stop you on the road and search your phones.
So when that happens, what are the citizens supposed to do?
Yes, when that happens, the implication is that at that point, you have the right to sue that particular officer together with Nigerian police.
How does that go? How does that go in Nigeria? Suing a police officer, how does that go
No,
in
of course,
Nigeria?
we have different authorities. We have so many. If you visit the courts, there are bits of cases flooding the courts every day. People are beginning to be aware of their rights.
Oh, nice.
And people are actually, asking for public apology and compensation. The implication of that is, when that happens, when such abuse happens and the matter goes to court, the Constitution allows the victim public apology and compensation.
You know, a lot of people are scared of carrying or taking these cases to court, because they feel like if they take it to court, how is it going to play out at the end of the day? They are not very sure of how to play out.
Yes, you see, yes, we know that the system is very bad. The system is very bad with the level of abuse of offices, with the level of corruption and all that in the system. But I advise citizens out there that our rights are inalienable. Nobody should take away your rights. Nobody should make you feel very inferior unless you permit that person to. And believe you me, I can't find anybody who will willingly want to allow anybody to look down on him or her. I mean, it's not possible. So, Nigerian police, we appreciate your efforts in keeping our society, our state and country safe. We appreciate what you guys are doing out there. But please, discharge these functions within the limits of the law. Stop abusing the rights of Nigerians. This is our take, and it is non-negotiable.
All right. Thank you so much.